Okay, guys, this is a question, I'm sorry, an example that has to use a calculator. And make sure you write down all of your steps. And I'm hoping that you are listening because this is where a lot of kids will get the wrong answer. Okay, it seems easy, but especially when it says use a calculator, and we think we all know how to use a calculator, but this is where most of my previous mistakes are. But before I start, should I tell you a toddler joke? So this joke goes to my surfers, okay? Surfers, this is one, it's for you, dedicated to all my surfers, or my want-to-be surfers, or just people that love the beach. Why did the surfer think the sea was his friend? Why did the surfer think the sea was his friend? Because it gave him a big wave. Get it? Not like by hand, but like the wave. I hope you enjoyed that one. Example 3, use the calculator to find the value of each. Okay. Round to 2 decimal places. First, cosecant inverse of -5. I want you to have this understanding of why we press what button. Guys, please don't do this. 1 over sine inverse of -5 is not what you can press on your calculator to get the right answer. So, concept. This is going to come out with an answer. Let's call it W, or an empty box, because I've been using an empty box quite a lot. To get an understanding of why we press what we press, I'm going to go and explain to you here. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to write it in a normal sense, okay, a regular function, which is cosecant of W equals -5. It is true, okay, it is true that cosecant of W is 1 over sine of W, okay, which is still equal to -5. Then because I want to make that both into fractions, I'm going to put 1 underneath the 5. Well, I don't have a cosecant button on my calculator. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip this, okay? When I flip it, I now have a sine of W equals -1/5. Okay? And I want to find cosecant inverse because that is still my goal. So cosecant inverse is, keep in mind now, I want to have, what do I want to have? Can I compose both sides? Of course I can, okay? All of these are equivalency, okay, because I haven't really changed anything. So now I want to compose both sides by sine inverse, okay? So because I did compose that, this and this is now going away. So W equals sine inverse of, see, this is where I'm flipping, -1 over 5. So let me highlight this. You are not flipping, okay? You're not flipping this. See this right here? Wrong. Okay? You are flipping the ratio of the sides. So to get an answer for W, you need to punch this in, okay? I'm going to wait on you. Can you please take out your calculator and do me a favor and punch it in? So W comes out to be what? And keep in mind, W was assigned to cosecant of -5, which you are punching in sine inverse of a -1/5. All right, box it up. Make sure you give me 2 decimal places. Make sure you give me 2 decimal places. Okay, I'm gonna go find my calculator. Where is my calculator? Huh, how would I find this thing? Where would I locate calculator? There you go. Okay, here we go. Let's try this. We said sine inverse, right? Okay, so first, on my old school calculator, it wants me to punch in -1, here you go, -1, negative, divided by, oops, let's multiply, Nope, divided by. Can I clear this out? Clear. Let's clear it all out. Okay. 1 negative, right? Divided by 5. Let's get the answer first. Then I am going to do sine inverse of that. Sine. Invalid input. Dang it. I don't know how to use this. So let's try it again. Clear. Can I do sine inverse first? Sine inverse of negative 1. 1 negative divided by. Nope, that's multiply. Clear. Oh, man. Okay, let's try one more time. Oh, and I need to not be in degrees, radians. There you go. Okay. Sine inverse 1 negative divided by 5. Would you give me an answer? Nope, that's not happening. Clear that out. 1 negative divided by 5. Answer. Now do sine inverse of that. Woo! Is that the right answer? Okay, 2 decimal places. Did I get this right answer using my old school calculator here? Negative 0.20? Let's see. Did you guys get negative 0.20? Negative 0.20. Man, that took a lot of trial and error. Okay, let's try the next one. Secant inverse of 3. Let's make it equal to W. Okay, then again, please don't do this. I would totally cry. Okay. Do not do that. Okay, and here's why. I'm going to try to find W, whatever W is. Okay, so first, I'm going to rewrite it using normal secant function, not an inverse one, but a normal. Then I'm going to flip. Secant of W equals to 1 divided by cosine of W, still equals to 3. Because I want to make 3 into a fraction, because the left-hand side has 1 over cosine, which is a fraction. Now I'm going to flip, okay? So now I have cosine of W equals 1 over 3. I want to get, again, I want to find W. So now I want to compose the inverse of both sides. So now W equals cosine inverse of 1 over 3. See what I'm flipping? I'm not flipping the fraction here. See this? This is wrong, but I'm flipping the 3, okay? So please help me punch that in. So now punch it in your calculator. W equals cosine inverse of 1/3, which is exactly the same as secant inverse of 3, but because you don't have a button of secant inverse, so that's why we're using cosine. So once you have an answer, can you fill that out? Let me try my calculator again. So, clear this out. 1 divided by 3 equals. Then I'm looking for cosine inverse, right? Whoa. Is it 1.23? Did I get it right? Did you get it right? Is your calculator in radians? So I'm going to write down 1.23. Okay. Last question of example 3. Again, I'm going to assign an answer to it. Okay. And just like the other one. Remember, this is cotangent inverse. My answer for cotangent inverse has to come from 1 or 2. Because this is a negative, so I know it has to come from quadrant number 2. And this is the most difficult one. And this is the type of question that most people will get wrong on exam. So make sure we understand. Similarly, here we go. Cotangent, I'm going to rewrite. Okay, cotangent of W equals to a negative radical 11. I don't have a cotangent button, so I'm going to try to use tangent. Cotangent is 1 over tangent of a negative 11. I'm going to make this into a fraction. Then I'm going to flip. Okay, so now I have tangent of W equals, this is the part where it's kind of confusing, negative 1 over square root of positive 11. Okay, now I can totally punch this in, okay? I can go and punch it in my calculator and get an answer for tangent. So what happens is that I'm going to, let me just erase, I just need more room. You already have this in your notes. Okay, so I'm going to find W, okay, because that's what my goal is, to get W, which is composing tangent inverse of -1 over square root of 11. Your calculator, okay, when I punch this in my calculator, tangent, important detail, important. Tangent is in quad 1 and 4. The negative tells me that I need to be in quad number 4, but my original is cotangent, and cotangent earlier said I need to be in quad 2. So whatever, and quad 2 is right here, okay? Quad 2 is right here. So tangent's going to give me something in quad 4. Oh my goodness, it's totally in the wrong quadrant to begin with, right? But because the calculator has a problem, it doesn't have cotangent button. The newer ones do, the older ones don't. So what happens when you get an answer? You have to go and add a, important detail, about to come out, add a pi. Okay, so make sure this is happening. So what is tangent inverse of -1 over square root 11? Let's go find my old school calculator. -1, here we go, clear everything out, okay? 1 negative divided by square root? Oh, no, can't do that. I have to punch in 11 first. All right, here we go. 1 negative divided by 11 and then square root of that. Okay, it worked, didn't it? Okay, let's double check to make sure it worked, okay? I'm gonna show you to see if you can see where my, can you see at the very top I have the calculator input? See right here? So that's 1 divided by square root 11. Perfect. So now I'm going to do tangent inverse of that, okay? It comes out to be 1.28. Okay, so let me keep that in mind. Uh-oh, what did I do? Okay, that was not supposed to happen. Let's try that one more time. Okay, 1. Oops, that's not a 1. 1 divided by 11 square root. So that's -1 divided by square root 11. Okay, and then I need to take the tangent inverse. So 1.27. Oh, it's taking tangent inverse of a square root 11. That doesn't seem right. Okay, let's do this one more time. 11 square root. Okay, hit enter. Okay, so there you go. It gave me the -0.3015, 11, 11. Now I'm going to tangent inverse. So tangent inverse of that is -0.29. So I'm going to go back to where I had your recording. So this right here gives me -0.29, which we knew that it's supposed to be in quad 4, okay? So this is in quad 4. The important details say I need to go and add a pi. So now I need to go and add a pi to bring it back to quad 2. So go and add a pi. So go back to my calculator, old school calculator, add. Where on earth is my pi button? Don't know. Don't have one here. So let's just do 0.14. I'm going to end up with 2.85 is the final answer. Okay. Okay, so this answer class, this W is now 2.85 radians, and that is in quad 2. And that's our final answer.